All right, it's been a big election day. Fantastic results on both sides. And it's one of those elections where everyone who is a key contender in terms of the political parties gets to say that we did well. Everyone's happy. Everyone gets a prize. Let's begin with the big numbers. Gujarat, of course, is the big headline. The BJP gets 156 seats out of 182. If you call this pro-incumbency, we have to coin a new term for a party in its 7th win, breaking all records. 52.5% of the vote share, so an improvement of about 2% from the last elections in 2017. But seats go up from 99 to 156. At whose cost? Obviously, the Congresses. The Congresses has gone down to about 27% vote share in Gujarat and 17 seats, down from about 77 in the last election. Partly in thanks to the Aam Aadmi Party that makes its Gujarat debut. Not as big as they talked it up, but definitely a good performance for a party that 5 years ago got not even 1% of vote share, is close to 13% today and got 5 seats. So did the BJP get this fantastic result thanks to the opposition vote being split between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party? Key takeaways: they've retained Gujarat for the 7th term. They've set a record. The BJP set a record with this Gujarat performance. And they've won big in traditionally weaker sections. In the tribal belt, they won big. In the backward classes, they've won big. The Aam Aadmi Party's target to breach the BJP bastion has failed. They've maybe made a dent. Definitely not a breach. The Aam Aadmi Party's chief ministerial candidate, Tuhin A lost from his seat as well. And the Congress seemed to be most stung by the Aam Aadmi Party's Gujarat foray. Importantly, BJP won handsomely in Morbi just weeks after the bridge tragedy which killed over 130 people. So what worked for the winners in Gujarat? Well, suffice to say, the Modi-Shah factor is, of course, very strong. The Modi magic continues in Gujarat. But remember how they overhauled the cabinet. They changed the chief minister to counter anti-incumbency. Nearly half sitting MLAs were dropped when tickets were being distributed. All of that seems to have worked. Even challengers like Alpesh or Hardik from the last election were all co-opted and they've won. The opposition vote also was split between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. That seemed to have helped the BJP. So that's the Gujarat story. Himachal Pradesh, also an exciting election. A total of 68 seats on offer. The Congress gets 40 seats with 43.9% of the vote. For Mallikarjun Kharge, big deal. First election after he took over as president, they've done well. The BJP gets 25 seats, but the story over here is in the vote shares. You can see that on your screen. Look at the vote shares between the Congress and the BJP in Himachal. The BJP has pretty much the same vote share, just 1% difference between the two. So what does that tell you? The Aam Aadmi Party, meanwhile, couldn't do that well in Himachal at all. Perhaps they abandoned the fight midway to focus on Gujarat. So what worked for the Congress? The Himachal Pradesh tradition of not repeating an incumbent, definitely that Rivaj worked in their favor. The promise of a return to the old pension scheme by the Congress has helped them. The powerful Apple lobby was upset with the BJP and the corporatization of farming there. And the internal rebellion within the BJP hurt them, because when they decided to use the Gujarat formula and drop some MLAs, not give them tickets, they rebelled and that cut into their votes. They stood as independents. What does it also tell you about this election? Big takeaways. The BJP was unable to jam Himachal's revolving door. And the defeat for BJP in this state is a bit of a prestige issue. It's the president's home state. The Prime Minister also put his full force here. BJP Chief Minister of Himachal, who has now resigned, Jairam Thakur, has retained his Siraj seat. And there's been a narrow margin between the two in vote share. So what do we take away from all of this in terms of national implication? For the BJP, they have reiterated their dominance in Prime Minister's home state of Gujarat. Their strategy of changing unpopular CMs, which they've done in other states as well, has worked. And Gujarat shows that. But also, another reiteration of the dependence of the BJP as a party on the Modi magic. That gets underlined once again. The close vote share in Himachal, though, is a face saver for the BJP, and the Prime Minister spoke about it as well in his speech earlier this evening. For the Aam Aadmi Party, they now meet the criteria to become a national party with over a 6% vote share in Gujarat. There's a significant improvement in their vote share, but it's also exposed their limitations in fighting multiple battles. The Aam Aadmi Party had to focus on MCD, and they chose to focus on Gujarat rather than in Himachal. That's because Kejriwal's narrative is that he is the only opposition leader who can take on Prime Minister Modi, and that narrative has got a bit of a hit after the results in Gujarat. Now for the Congress, it's a boost, of course, for the new party president, Mallikarjun Kharge. His first big win after taking over. The poor showing in Gujarat is a warning sign, a matter of introspection, and the question of whether the Bharat Jodo Yatra is making any difference will also be asked. Himachal's revolving door tradition has in a way blunted the impact of that win. Analysts will say, well, that was expected. So let's break down what this election means nationally. Tuhin A Sinha, BJP spokesperson, with me on the show. Shekhar Iyer speaking with us today, senior journalist. Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst, with us today. Hakim Rizwan Ilahi, political analyst, and Dr. Irsan Trivedi, political analyst, with us on the show. Welcome to all of you, and thank you so much for speaking with us. Tuhin, let me begin with your take. Of course, huge congratulations for Gujarat.
Thank you.
7 times a win, biggest ever record. But let me ask you this. Is it, if I had to give one takeaway of this election, that the people of Gujarat and Himachal have stuck to Rivaj? In Himachal, the Rivaj is to change the party every 5 years. In Gujarat, it is to stick with the BJP no matter what.
Well, good evening, Tamanna. Good evening to all the viewers and the panelists. I think this is a historic day today because if you look at the scale of victory in Gujarat, 54% vote share. So, forget AAP eating into Congress votes. Even if, AAP were not there and if it were only the Congress party, it would not have made any difference to our fortunes. 54% vote share, 85% seats, a complete sweep of the tribal belt, which was considered to be our weak point, and, including a massive showing in Saurashtra, where again we had not done well before. So I think, this is going to usher in a new era of pro-incumbency votes. I was speaking to a co-traveler on a plane sometime back 2 weeks ago, and there was a very interesting phenomena he pointed out. A decade ago, people would vote for change to ensure development. Now people are very jittery about change with what they have seen in the last 8 years. They are so happy, they're so content with continuity that they would rather, go ahead with continuity to ensure change. Now, when it comes to Himachal is a different story. Most of the
Tuhin, I just want to come back to you before we come to Himachal, and we have ample time to talk on all points. But I just want to come back to you on this theory that the Aam Aadmi Party's presence has not contributed to the BJP's historic show in Gujarat. They were a close fight on at least two. They've split the opposition vote in at least 24 seats.
Aam Aadmi Party is an illusion outside Delhi and Punjab. They have lost their deposit on a record 125 seats, which is nearly 70% of the seats. And I have been saying it from day one, they are a Zamanat Jab party wherever they go. In Goa, they have contested elections twice in 2017 and 2022, and in about 80% of the seats, they lost their deposits. In Himachal, I think the story is the same. So I don't know why you've created such a huge halo about them, but I don't think they have an existence beyond Delhi and Punjab.
Okay, I'm going to just get a response from Dr. Irsan Trivedi on that. He is an Aam Aadmi Party supporter. The halo has been shattered today. Dr. Trivedi, this claim, was it just media that was making too much of it?
No. I must congratulate Bharatiya Janata Party for winning massively and thumpingly in Gujarat. And I also would like to give consolation to Bharatiya Janata Party by losing two grounds such as MCD Delhi and of course Himachal Pradesh. But of course, if we speak about Gujarat, I mean, like, let's look at the thing. I mean, while one time on a one part, Arvind Kejriwal sir is telling that we want blessings of Mr. Narendra Modi sir for the development of Delhi, and on the other part, the BJP spokesperson is so much. I mean, like, this is somewhat. I mean, like, I should think that the smell of arrogance. I'm just sensing. But thing is that when BJP came into the power, or BJP just started their campaign in 1995, they just want 2 seats, I guess. And look at the just 10 years old party, which has got, I mean, like, 5 MLAs, as well as they have got 13% of vote share in Gujarat. I mean, sir, it's okay. I mean, like, Aam Aadmi Party might be a Jamanat Japt party, but mind well that this is the party which, I mean, like, put down BJP. Of course, BJP is also in Delhi, na? BJP is also in probably Punjab. So, I mean, like, this is also part of India. So, you don't know where the tables can be turned. But I am still now, it's their day.
Yes,
And,
1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay,
MCD app did very well, that's great. But let's be honest, the only reason that the MCD elections is being clubbed with Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat is because it all happened around the same time. Exit polls gave results for all three. And that's the only reason. Those elections are not in the same category. I mean, that's a fact. Two are state elections, and one is a municipal poll.
But still,
I know it's Delhi, but even so.
It is a home ground of Bharatiya Janata Party. The Prime Minister is from Gujarat. The Home Minister is from Gujarat. And, you know, Narendra Modi, sir, I mean, like,
So they got 156 seats. I'm not understanding. What is the point you're making?
All I'm making is that Bharatiya Janata Party is only winning this particular statement or segment because, I mean, of Narendra Modi sir's magic, and he did very well.
Okay. So Gujarat is because of Prime Minister Modi. Mr. Trivedi is making it a 1 out of 3. Tehseen Poonawalla, is that the way you're looking at it? If I look at it that way, then, like I said, everyone goes home happy. AAP gets to talk about MCD. BJP says historic win in Gujarat. Congress says we won Himachal. So everyone goes home with a prize.
No, I'll tell you why I agree with the earlier panelists slightly, though I agree with your point that MCD is just a municipal election. Because prior to yesterday, the BJP controlled all three: Gujarat, Himachal and MCD. Today they control only 1 out of this 3. So while I congratulate my friend Tuhin on a tremendous and stupendous victory in Gujarat, and kudos to the most honorable Prime Minister, he campaigned and he made it all about himself. What we must never forget is the most honorable Prime Minister in Himachal said, and I quote him, "Do not even bother who the candidate is. You are voting for me, Narendra Modi." So by the logic of Gujarat being an extended victory for the honorable Prime Minister, Himachal is a personal defeat for the Prime Minister, where even JP Nadda comes from. So Himachal is a victory for Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. May I please finish? So Himachal is a victory for Srimati Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. It's a victory for Sachin Pilot, Bhupesh Baghel, Rajiv Shukla, and the Congress leadership. So the Congress has won Himachal. It's won all in the 2 state elections. Now let's come to the next point. My only concern out here is, while the BJP did very, very well, and again, the Congress has been decimated and the Congress will need to introspect, I think what the Congress needs to look at and focus is how did it win Himachal. Now the Himachal victory for the Congress is particularly significant for 3 reasons. It's a state in the Hindi heartland. It's a state with 95% Hindu population and over 65% upper caste population. It has won for the first time in 4 years in a direct contest with BJP. And it has won on the issue of nationalism, where the honorable Prime Minister says, don't vote for a candidate, vote for me. Now, why nationalism? Because the Congress spoke of Agniveer and said Agniveer scheme is against the interests of the country.
So
for the Congress to win on nationalism in Hindi heartland, where 95% of the population...
For the last many years, Himachal has changed the party. That's why I asked Tuhin. Rivaj has continued in Himachal and in Gujarat. So, you know, doesn't that blunt a little of the Congress victory? Ye to hona hi tha. Like for Gujarat, BJP को जीतना ही था, लेकिन 156 के साथ जीते.
Correct. You're right about that, and I won't take that away. But see, they stemmed that in Uttarakhand. The Congress in Himachal did a fantastic campaign. You see, what the Congress did in Himachal, it did not allow the BJP to take the initiative. So the Hindu vote and the nationalist vote on a Hindu and nationalist platform in a Hindi-heartland state, it defeated the BJP. And therefore, I'm saying the Congress must learn from its victory in Himachal. I agree it was a revolving door. I completely concede to that. But it was so in Uttarakhand where the Congress lost. Now, what should the Congress learn? I'll be very brief. In Gujarat, all these NGO types, these jholawalas who are sort of, riding on the Congress, have ensured the Congress is defeated. The Congress in Gujarat looks left. In Himachal, it's a party which is centrist. So the Congress must go back to being the centrist party, and that is where it will defeat the BJP. Congress must reclaim nationalism. It must go far away from the left loonies. The more the Congress is away from the left loonies, the more the Congress will win, and the more the BJP will be defeated.
Mahima Singh of the Congress is with me just in time. She's joined in just in time to hear Tehseen's breakdown. Mahima Singh, the Jholawalas, to quote Tehseen Poonawala, in Gujarat are responsible for your plight.
And the left loonies. And the left
stay away from the left loonies. Are his words, the more centrist you get, the better.
Completely stay away from the left loonies. Completely stay away. Just
Mahima,
just 10 seconds more. There was this one Jholawala. There is this one Jholawala. Just 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. There's this one Jholawala who from masquerading as a cephalogist to masquerading as a Kisan Neta, is now masquerading, I don't know how, as Bharat Jodo Yatra spokesperson. In the middle of the Gujarat and Himachal elections, he gives an interview to one of the newspapers saying Congress is getting defeated in Himachal. These Jholawalas have defeated the Congress. Look at how Priyanka Gandhi Vadra fought in Himachal. That is the model Congress must follow, and the Congress
for a couple
will
of
win.
days, Tehseen. I mean, some would analyze that the Gandhi staying away pretty much from Himachal has worked for them.
Five rallies,
the local leadership.
Bagel, Sachin Pilot and Rajiv
Let
Shukla.
Mahima Singh respond. Let Mahima Singh respond. I mean, we'll have to go into detail what Tehseen's definition of left loonies / Jholawalas is. But, your response to his breakdown, you apparently stayed away from these characters in Himachal, and that's what worked for you.
फैसला जो कुछ भी हो मंजूर होना चाहिए फैसला जो कुछ भी हो मंजूर होना चाहिए जंग हो या इश्क हो भरपूर होना चाहिए राहत इंदौरी साहब ने कहा है and so I have been listening into all of you and seen very recently and so we are celebrating the victory in Himachal, we are introspecting in Gujarat, we are thankful to the public for all the love they have showered upon us in Himachal, and we absolutely bow down to the public mandate in Gujarat with wholeheartedness. We welcome the public mandate. And let me just say that, Gujarat, you were just talking about the factors in Gujarat. Tehseen was just talking about the factors there. Let me just say that in Gujarat, we were up against a collaboration of the BJP, the Aam Aadmi Party, and the MIM. So, that's what we were up against. We were also up against a whole skullduggery that the BJP had put in place. And so as Tehseen's term of the day is left loomies, my term of the day is the bubble of complacency. The bubble of complacency that the BJP has actually created over the last 3 decades in Gujarat very conveniently. Because, now as they say rightly that they have a double...
Ma'am, who is complacent? Bubble of complacency for you.
Well, let me tell you, I'll very much come back on that. It's been back-to-back debates and you just said I've made it in time. Well, thanks to the back-to-back debates I've been on. I was just finishing another debate when I came here. The bubble of complacency that the BJP has created, this illusion for the people, for the public, everywhere. National integrity, national sovereignty. Every election is about national sovereignty and national integrity. And I don't shy away from the remark that my president made, Kharge ji made about the 100 heads. And yes, so you cannot befool the public. public. You have a machinery there. You have an election commission. The Supreme Court remarks that what is the hanky-panky going on in the appointments of the election commission. So yes, very conveniently, they schedule an MCD election right in the middle of the Gujarat election, and otherwise so on and so forth. This list is endless, and I will not delve into that right now. But let me say that this bubble of complacency has been built around the public of Gujarat over the last 3 decades, so that they don't question a Morbi, so that they don't question a Gujarat State Petroleum Corporation scam, so that they don't
so 1 minute, 1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute.
So that let me complete my thought. Allow me to complete my thought, and then I'll of course I'm all here. I'm all yours here. So that they don't question how and why did UNA happen, how and why inflation, how and why a gas cylinder which was available for 400 is now available for above $1,000. And this list is endless. You go on, please. Tamanna, you were asking me something.
No. What I was asking you, and I appreciate Mahima saying it's been a day, in fact, everyone on the panel, it's been a day of marathon presence on debates and analysis. Assuming this is the last, thing that everyone has to do, let's take a step back, take a deep breath, and look at this show in a calm way. That's what we try to do. We look forward, we try to go beyond the headline. Mahima Singh ji, from what you're saying, it's sounding like you're blaming and deriding the people of Gujarat today.
Not at all. I
don't know if that was your intention, but you're saying they've become complacent. They cannot see anything. They don't care about inflation. They are in a bubble of complacency. Ma'am, some would say that the only complacency was with the Congress unit in Gujarat that didn't turn up for the show.
A very famous Bollywood heroine came in support of the BJP and very conveniently said that actually we have attained independence right now. I don't know how many of you will agree with that. I do not absolutely agree with that. Also, in Ranip, on the very morning of the elections, the polling, 5th of December, Prime Minister can carry on a road show. He can walk waving his hands to the crowds, cheering them on the very morning of the polling. 100 meters in and 100 meters out. Let me finish this one. 100 meters in and 100 meters out. A breach of model code of conduct, blatant breach. We file a complaint with the Election Commission, yet no questions asked. Yet, in spite of the issues, say the public of Gujarat, quote unquote, people, voters, I've heard them saying there are issues, but we'll vote in for the Modi factor. Well, if we are not in denial of the fact that it's not Modi ji, he doesn't have 100 heads to come and resolve your issues. It's your local candidates. If this is not ignorance and complacency, what is it? And again, I am not blaming
I want you to respond.
Of Gujarat.
No, but you use the word ignorant and complacent. No, so who is ignorant and who is complacent?
The double engine ki sarkar has conveniently made them complacent and has made them look away. Look in the other direction.
I think you should respond.
Well, it's very unfortunate. The Congress party is very clearly chiding. It's admonishing the people of Gujarat by calling them complacent. I think the only person complacent, please don't interfere, ma'am. The only person complacent over here was Rahul Gandhi, who escaped Gujarat instead of actually coming and spending about 10 days. He came there for a couple of days. I think the present Congress party is complacent. It is escapist. It is living in denial. More than the previous panelists, I think I would appreciate Tehseen's remarks. Tehseen is an honest guy, but imagine how difficult it is for him to communicate with Rahul Gandhi. He is clearly referring to Yogendra Yadav. He's clearly advising Rahul Gandhi to keep away from Yogendra Yadav, but he has to use your program, your channel to communicate to Rahul Gandhi. So this is the problem of the Congress party. Instead of blaming the people of Gujarat, they should do some introspection, which they refuse to do.
Allow me 5 seconds, 10 seconds here, Tamanna.
Go ahead.
I'll quickly respond to it. You see, if BJP fails in Himachal and Delhi, it is Nadda ji. If they succeed in Gujarat, it is Modi ji. And he's talking about don't intervene now. I did not intervene. I only said no, and he said don't intervene. Come on, look at your own decorum.
Don't make some
one by one. Tuhin Sinha and Mahima Singh, one by one, please. Mahima ji, please finish your point.
Yeah. So it is Nadda ji in Delhi and Himachal, but it is Modi Modi ji in Gujarat, so much so that he takes away the credit from Bhupendra ji. He says that so that Bhupendra ji could break the records, Narendra had to come and put his heart and soul in the campaign. It is laughable. Also, you see in
But that's
Himachal,
just what you
in
said.
Himachal also,
Mahima
in
Singh ji,
Himachal
that's
also,
what you
Rahul Gandhi
just
did not
said.
come.
You
See,
said
Rahul
the
Gandhi
same
ji-
thing.
Rahul Gandhi
You
ji
said the
did not
same thing
come
in your
to-
first response that the Gujarat public has voted for Modi ji. You have said that
Rahul
yourself.
Gandhi ji did not. So again, that's not how a democracy in India works. Maybe America works like that, but we are not in America. We are in India. We don't have presidential
Okay.
polls here. We have panchayats. We have municipalities. We have the Vidhan Sabhas and Lok Sabhas. So please, let's
All
get
right.
a reality check. Let's come out from that bubble of complacency again.
All right, I'm going to play out for you what the sound. Yes, Tuhin, I'll get you to respond, but let me play out for our
My
viewers
only limited
what was
point-
said. Okay.
My only limited
Okay.
point, I'll take 5 seconds, is that on your show in the last 20 minutes, have you heard me use words like bubble of complacency for the voters of Himachal? Have you heard me chide them or admonish them? That's the difference between the Congress and the BJP.
But the Himachal public is the reverse of complacency. They don't let any government get complacent. You get 5 years and then you're shown the door.
Whatever, we
Then you
take
have
the
to come back.
decision, we take the
No,
verdict in
no
our
one gets a
stride.
second term. All right.
We
I
take
just
the
want to play
verdict in
out.
our
I
stride,
want to just
that's
play
it.
out for our viewers some of the key responses that came today, because we're talking about the BJP, the Congress and the AAP. We're breaking down the implications of this result for all three parties. Let's just play out some reactions which have come in today.
इस बार वाकई गुजरात ने तो कमाल ही कर दिया है। मैंने गुजरात के भाई बहनों और युवाओं से कहा था कि इस बार नरेंद्र का रिकॉर्ड टूटना चाहिए और मैंने वादा किया था कि भूपेंद्र नरेंद्र का रिकॉर्ड तोड़े, इसलिए नरेंद्र जी जान से मेहनत करेगा। जनादेश भाजपा को देकर गुजरात के लोगों ने नया इतिहास बना दिया है।
और मैं धन्यवाद उनको भी करता हूं जो प्रियंका गांधी जी ने और राहुल गांधी जी की जो भारत जोड़ो यात्रा, वो भी इसमें हमको मदद की है, और हमारे सर्वश्रेष्ठ नेता सोनिया गांधी जी का भी हमारे साथ उनके ब्लेसिंग्स हैं।
सबसे पहले सभी आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को, सभी देशवासियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई। आपकी आम आदमी पार्टी आज राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बन गई है और गुजरात के लोगों ने आम आदमी पार्टी को राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बना दिया है। जितने वोट गुजरात में आम आदमी पार्टी को मिले हैं, उनके हिसाब से कानूनन अब आम आदमी पार्टी राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बन गई है। ये बहुत बड़ी बात है।
All right, so the leaders over there, you heard from Prime Minister Modi, you heard from Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, and the AAP convener Arvind Kejriwal with their takeaways on what this election meant for them. Shekhar Iyer, I thought that was very interesting to see what pitch all of them made. And Mr. Kharge talked about how the Bharat Jodo Yatra helped in this. He mentioned Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. What do you make of those statements? Because it seemed like, especially in this lot of elections, the Gandhis stayed away, apart from Priyanka Gandhi in Himachal, for 5 rallies.
Well, Tamanna, I think the Himachal Pradesh election has largely been fought by the state leaders. The state leaders, whether it was by design or by default, I do not know. But definitely, one can see that Bharat Jodo Yatra, we have been repeatedly told it has nothing to do with election. It is to set a political narrative which may help in the future elections. So I do not know what is the role of Bharat Jodo Yatra in these elections. But definitely, if Bharat Jodo Yatra has helped in Himachal, then why has it not helped in Gujarat? In fact, many people say, rather the Congress leaders themselves say, that Gujarat was one state where the central leadership did not play sufficient role to mobilize and enthuse the party cadres. This comment is coming across. Now, Tamanna, to understand the significance of today's results, I will put a reverse question. What if BJP had not got this record victory? What if BJP had not scored so many seats? What if Congress had not won Himachal Pradesh? And what if Aam Aadmi Party had not won MCD? If when you look at the opposite scenario, then you understand the significance of today's results. So therefore, to
You
say
will have
that,
to elaborate on that. Shekhar, you'll have to elaborate on that. What do you mean by what if? Do you mean what if Congress had won Gujarat? And
No,
what
I'm not
if
saying that.
BJP had retained MCD?
What if Himachal BJP had come back? What if in Gujarat, because there was no doubt about BJP winning Gujarat, it was about securing that kind of record, which Prime Minister has been saying, as he said today in every rally. I think what we have to understand is in Gujarat, whether you appreciate it or not, the Prime Minister Modi commands an emotional connect. The BJP party commands an emotional connect. But in Himachal Pradesh, it's a negative vote. It's a result of a lot of anti-incumbency
So
issues.
what's the point? What's the point, Mr. Iyer?
That the point is, let us not try to say that this is nothing, that is nothing, this is nothing, and go on a long thing, because that doesn't serve to understand anything. Because I was listening to Congress spokesperson, she is much more spirited than even Rahul Gandhi, and she has a bright future in the party. But the fact is, Congress did not fight elections so well in Gujarat and even in Delhi. And Himachal, I would say, has happened because of a host of reasons, not entirely because of something great about what they have done in Himachal. Himachal is
Mr. Iyer, that might be fine, but they have got 40.
1 second.
They have got 40. If it was a closer vote, today we'd be talking about all the MPs, all the MLAs being trundled off to Chandigarh exactly, etc.
See, even if they had got all 68, I tell you, it is, and you know what is happening there? The state leadership under Pratibha Singh was managing the show all along. There were no central leaders there. There was no big involvement of central leaders.
Okay, Tehseen wants to respond. Tehseen wants to respond to that.
I have a lot of respect for Shekhar sir, and Shekhar sir knows that. I have so much respect for him, but I respectfully say that Shekhar ji, you're wrong on 2 counts. In Himachal, I know, and I was involved to a certain extent, Bhupesh Bagel's entire team, Rajiv Shukla and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Sachin Pilot were hands-on involved, particularly Bagel's team and Sachin Pilot. They were hands-on involved. Ashok Gehlot ji was involved with Gujarat, and I can tell you this on camera, on record, and I'm telling you this firsthand. Second thing, sir, what if BJP would have won Himachal? If BJP would have won Himachal, sir, then all news channels would be saying how the Prime Minister, the greatest leader in the universe, there is nobody bigger than him. This man, the most honorable Prime Minister, cannot be a bigger electoral victory. Today, that it's lost Himachal, it's come down to state leadership, infighting in BJP, rebels going up, Naddaji's performance, Anurag Thakur's performance, Jairam Thakur's performance. Nobody's questioning the Prime Minister. The same Rahul Gandhi, who's not campaigning in Gujarat, is still being questioned in Gujarat, but the Honorable Prime Minister is not being questioned in Himachal. Now, I'll tell you why the Honorable Prime Minister is important in Himachal. Because he said, not I, he said that don't vote for any other candidate, vote for me. And they've not voted for him. They voted for Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Sachin Pilot, Bhupesh Baghel, and the leadership of the Congress in Himachal. The Congress had a plan in Himachal. You can agree or disagree with that plan. It had an old pension plan.
You're saying the people of Himachal have voted for Sachin Pilot, Bhupesh Baghel, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra?
I am saying, yes.
You're not, are you not,
yes,
are you not giving any credit to Pratibha Singh?
I am. And I said, and the entire Himachal leadership. I just said that. The central leadership, and I emphasize on that because Shekhar sir said the central leadership was not there. But I want to make one thing clear. In Himachal, the Congress had a specific plan and agenda. You can agree or disagree with that plan. The old pension plan, Agniveer, with the apple farmers, the minimum guarantee to the apple farmers, the electricity waiver plan, they had a specific plan, which was an economic model, a governance model. That is the model that has been chosen over a vague plan made by the Prime Minister. Don't vote for anybody but vote for me. This is a personal defeat of the Prime Minister. And I repeat, had the BJP won Himachal, we would be saying how there cannot be a greater vote catcher than Prime Minister Modi. And that is a fundamental difference, sir.
You know, there I want to get Tuhin Sinha's respond on that. I want to get Tuhin Sinha's response on some of the comments made by Tehseen.
Let's be realistic over here. Both Uttarakhand and Himachal are small states. They have very small constituencies, and they've had a rivage of changing and alternating governments. So I think, we were very much prepared for it. And I don't think it's come as a big surprise. Now, Tehseen is making a hypothetical assumption that media would have said that. That is for you to answer if media would have said that or no. All I can say is that Himachal had a history of changes, and there are many local factors. Rahul Gandhi, in fact, he avoided that place. Maybe that worked for Congress Party. And so the Congress Party should introspect and make fresh strategies elsewhere.
I'm going to bring Hakim Rizwan Ilahi
Just
in.
one line answer.
I haven't. Okay, quickly, Tehseen, and then let me come to Mr. Ilahi. I have not gone to him yet. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
very
Tehseen.
quick, just one line. My hypothesis on what the media says is based on the hypothesis of Shekharji, that what if the BJP would have won. Therefore, I based on hypothesis. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone into it. He said, what if the BJP would have won Himachal? I will say, what if my chachi had an Adam's apple? She would be my chacha. That's not the fact. The fact is the BJP did not win Himachal. What if it started by Shekhar sir? Hence I
I'm
replied
sorry,
to it.
Mr. Iyer, you have to. I mean, since now Tehseen's Chachi has come into the picture,
No.
I have to get you to respond, Mr. Iyer. What were you trying to say?
No, Tamanna, what I was trying to say was, we are having a debate at the end of the day when every channel has analyzed the impact and significance. And to go on saying, that what happened in Gujarat is nothing, what happened in Himachal is great, or what happened in Gujarat is great, or what happened in Himachal is not great. That is not so. See, Himachal
That is true. It is what it is.
No, the point is, let us not try to understand and appreciate the significance of each of these results. Because in Gujarat, there is an emotional connect between the voters and the Prime Minister and the BJP. You cannot deny that. It is that emotional connect which is absent in other places. Probably that emotional connect is absent between BJP and voters in Himachal Pradesh. That emotional connect is absent between the BJP and voters of Delhi. I mean, that's the point I'm making. Similarly, if Himachal Pradesh, the Congress has done well, that is simply because they keep on changing government. That is one since 1993.
No, I know. I'll tell you another big reason.
Tamanna, one second. They also see probably the Congress is offering a change. Congress is offering something better. But that change, that Congress could not offer in Delhi or in Gujarat. That's the point I'm making.
No, but that's a broad brushstroke kind of point. I think we need to get a little bit specific about Himachal, because the two things which hurt the BJP was not moving away from the old pension scheme, which the Congress said they will change.
How can they move away from old pension scheme?
Another thing that hurt the BJP. Another thing that hurt the BJP. 1 minute, Shekhar, 1 minute.
You cannot say
no, it's not. It's not. The Congress promised it in Himachal, and they have done better for it. No, how can there's not the point?
Issues. I mean,
no, 1 minute.
For winning elections, they have said something. You know what is old pension scheme? You know what is a new pension scheme?
No, I know what is old pension scheme. We've done an entire show on that. Mr. Iyer, we are not speaking about the old pension scheme today, so I would just request you to wait and allow me to finish my point. Thank you. I am saying that the BJP did not back down from bringing in a new pension scheme in Himachal. They paid the price. They did not back down from the corporatization of apple farming. They paid a price. It is an example, Mr. Iyer. I also don't want to scream at the end of the day. Let me finish my point, sir.
You are making illogical comparisons and illogical arguments for sake of a debate.
But it's okay. You may not agree with me. You don't have to, sir. No one's supposed to agree with anyone. That's fine.
The new pension scheme
but can I just finish my point? I know the UPA government, but can I finish my point? Can I finish my point, Mr. Iyer? Can I finish my point, sir?
You know the financial implications of the old pension scheme?
All right. I will call you after this and give you a lowdown. I will also send you the episode of Beyond the Headline when we've broken it down. It seems in the middle of the show, you suddenly want to quiz me. So I will ask you, Mr. Iyer, to relax for a few minutes. I think you've had a long day. You need to relax. We'll have to mute you for a bit. Aap thoda shant rahiye. Aap thoda pani pijiye. The point I'm trying to make for our viewers is that there were two things the BJP did not back down on in Himachal, and they paid the price. One is they refused to back down from the new pension scheme. That's something that the Congress party had promised. They also did not back down from corporate farming for apple farmers, which irked the apple farmers. It worked in the favor of the Congress party. Let me now come to the Aam Aadmi Party show in Himachal, because they were also in the fray. Mr. Elahi is with us on the show. Mr. Elahi, apologize to not come to you earlier, but there's been a lot of back and forth. Now, what happened with the Aam Aadmi Party, and what this has also proven, is that they cannot spread themselves too thin despite national ambitions. They could not manage to go whole hog in MCD, Himachal, as well as Gujarat. Did they run away from the Himachal fight midway?
Oh, if you look at Aam Aadmi Party, you know, it's just been 10 years since they have been in the political fray. So everything for Aam Aadmi Party is a win. And talking about Gujarat, Aam Aadmi Party dared to enter, you know, the bastion's den. And that's Modi's and Amit Shah's home ground. And we did pretty well. It's the first time we have come. And if you look at, you know, Bharatiya Janata Party, they have been there in power from last 27 years. And their competitor, the major competitor, which is Congress, you know, have been...
Mr. Elahi, what do you mean they dared to enter? 1 minute. What do you mean they dared to enter the bastion?
No,
last I checked, this is a democracy. Anyone can fight an election anyway.
No,
they fought in Goa also. Did they dare to enter then Goa?
That's not how BJP plays the politics. If you look at the BJP's politics, it's based on religion, it's based on vendetta, it's based on lies. And if you look at the larger picture, you would see same time, in order to beat the Aam Aadmi Party, you know, sentiment. So if you look at Aam Aadmi Party, you know, you have seen how Aam Aadmi Party have, you know, aggressively campaigned in Gujarat. And
but what did it yield? Mr. Elahi, what did it yield? I started by asking you, what happened to the Aam Aadmi Party in Himachal? Are they unable to do more than one fight at a time?
To be very honest, we are very new in the politics. It's been just 10 years for us. And to be very honest, we fought but we don't have much resources, you know, at hand. So our main focus was MCD elections and the Gujarat elections.
So maybe a quick interesting lesson here about the Aam Aadmi Party's ambitions, perhaps overreaching their capabilities sometimes. Tehseen, you know, the BJP right now, if I look at this whole thing from a national electoral scene, the BJP is a clear and present dominant player and will continue to be in national politics. The Congress is the one today fighting for its position as an opposition party. Is the Aam Aadmi Party the greatest threat? We're seeing that in MCD, we're seeing that in Gujarat. Wherever they exit the scene, like in Himachal, the Congress stands a chance.
So my advice to the Congress has been that your main enemy is not the BJP, it's the third parties that come up. See, wherever it's a one-on-one fight between the Congress and the BJP, the Congress is alive and it's kicking in that sense. Wherever a third party gains in strength, whether it was Delhi Aam Aadmi Party, whether it is in Telangana, whether it is Andhra Pradesh, whether it is in Tamil Nadu, etc., the Congress becomes a marginal party. So the Congress must understand that you cannot celebrate the defeat of the BJP at the expense of the Congress. For example, a lot of Congress supporters are celebrating the victory of Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal or MCD AAP victory. That is not how it has to be. The third front parties will want ideally a Congress to be dead and them to become opposition to the BJP. So this country, and for this country, you require two national parties, and therefore the Congress and the BJP must occupy that space. And again, I repeat, with Mamata ji watching me, the Congress must return to the centrist position. Jawaharlal Nehru was a centrist leader, maybe left of center. Vallabhbhai Patel was a centrist leader, maybe right of center. It is a centrist position and a nationalist position where the Congress won every time. So that is my advice to the Congress.
Mahima ji, would you like to respond to that? You're on mute, ma'am. Aap mute pe ho.
I said advice taken, well taken. It will be taken to the relevant authorities, and I hope it is counted in.
Okay, Tuhin, in the middle of this, for the BJP, and this, I found this very interesting in Gujarat. The BJP kept saying our primary competition is the Congress. AAP is not in the picture. Do you think that is going to change over time? as AAP may become the dominant opposition party?
I have been very emphatic in saying this. Aam Aadmi Party does not have an existence beyond Delhi and Punjab, and I don't see them having an existence because, in 2025, mind you, losing MCD often tends to be a blessing in disguise. I'm telling you, in 2025, Arvind Kejriwal is going to find it very difficult to retain his CM position. So if whatever their performances in Punjab, we know Punjab is facing a grave law and order problem. The drug menace is increased. So if they are finding it so difficult to maintain law and order, and a basis of publicity merely on the basis of falsehood, they will not be able to expand anywhere. So Aam Aadmi Party is an illusion beyond Delhi and Punjab.
A take from Tuhin that losing MCD is definitely not a bad thing, because when you actually, after a few years from now, have no one left to blame.
Now, BJP spokesperson, my dear friend, is just, it's just, to Aam Aadmi Party, because, they don't see those states or something as oh my God, people, you made a mistake. But let me just clear in one way that every party which wins or loses on basis of Sangathan, which they have in particular that zone, seen that those who have got only around 2,000 votes, where there was no Sangathan, and we have seen around 80,000 vote with win. The 5 MLAs are there, which is showing that particularly youth Sangathan and youth support in spite of Modi Leher. Right? If you would say that it is a Modi Leher, then definitely Aam Aadmi Party would not have get both this. But what if they have both? If you take anyone out of that?
No, but 1 minute. I want to understand this political analysis that is very popular become a bad thing. In all of the analysis I'm seeing,
why you are just taking that?
I'm
just telling that in Himachal,
wouldn't you want a Kejriwal Leher? Wouldn't Mahima ji want a Rahul Leher?
That BJP won this particular election on particular one phase, that is Narendra Modi said that's a good thing. I clearly said in my first sentence that this win is of Narendra Modi, sir. But definitely I am telling that. Recently Narendra Modi said that I told Gujarat people ki is baar mujhe aisa jitana ki if he would have said that in Himachal Pradesh, then Himachal Pradesh would have retained BJP government, but it didn't. So my point is that otherwise even we had Arvind Kejriwal. So Arvind Kejriwal went to Himachal Pradesh once, but we had no Sangathan. That's why we got
okay.
Just 1%
so
of
no, but why keep going everywhere? Why spread yourself so thin? Let me come to Mr. Iyer on the point of the Aam Aadmi Party. And is their rise, like Tuhin saying, are they just actually have scope to grow outside of Delhi and Punjab?
Definitely, you cannot rule out any political party's growth and expansion. Now, in the case of Gujarat, probably if Aam Aadmi Party had more foot soldiers on the ground, they had more people working at the booth level, and they could have had a different Gujarat. It is there. And the fact that they have won 6 seats is not a small thing. And the BJP, the way that I understand that party, they will definitely look at this with a lot of concern, because between now and the next parliamentary elections, Aam Aadmi Party, if it were to continue to focus in Gujarat, if they can overcome this tsunami of kind of an effect, I think there are chances of growth. And similarly, in Himachal, they have been blaming it on the arrest of Satinder Jain for them not able to do anything. The other point I want to say is won this election on the basis of promises which have serious economic implication. I mentioned about pension scheme, not to quarrel with you, launched by Manmohan Singh, and it was after initiated by Vajpayee. And today,
I agree with you.
Tamanna,
1 minute. If you had seen my show, I made the same point.
If the Congress has won, and the applies to people who came after 2004, for others it continues. But given the finances of Himachal Pradesh, can Congress?
But then my point is, my point is, then you are now traveling into territory which is beyond the point. My limited point is, we did a whole show on old pension scheme versus new pension scheme. The old pension scheme is unsustainable. There's no quarrel on that, right?
Tomorrow, if a BJP were to promise the moon and win, will we keep quiet? Will we say it's a great thing has happened?
Facts. I don't know why my stating facts is upsetting you.
1 second, Tamanna. Good politics is also good economics. Manmohan Singh said it. Congress leader said it.
I think it's not relevant to today. Okay, Mahima, I'm going to reply, but I'm going to let the Congress spokesperson reply on OPS. I'm going to let the Congress spokesperson reply on OPS. Yes.
May I reply?
With all due
1 minute,
respect to Mr. Iyer, with all due respect to Mr. Iyer, I wish to question him. Did he also ask Mr. Modi beneficiaries of the 15 lakh promise that every citizen will get 15 lakh in their accounts? That promise, which has not been full met till date, it was in Gujarat also, by the way. In Gujarat also, in 2012, the promise was made that there will be housing for all. But it's talking about, do we have the courage to ask Mr. Modi and the BJP?
Okay, 1 minute. Let me get Tehseen in. My problem with this line of argument is we are going off kilter. We are going off kilter. If you are going to go into political parties deliver what they promise? Let's talk about free bijli. Then let's talk about many other things. That's not our debate today. Yes, Tehseen.
No, Mr. Iyer, I think where you, with humility, I think where you are slightly misunderstanding is, I am not saying, or neither is Tamanna saying that the old policy or the new policy is good or bad. That's not the subject of the debate. What I meant to convey, and I repeat it, is the Congress had a vision in Himachal and it conveyed that to the people, and the people chose that over what the BJP was offering. That can be good, bad, ugly, and that can be certainly debated, dissected, and Tamanna will do that. But the fact that the Congress had something to offer to the people of Himachal, which was accepted, and the BJP's was not accepted. That's all. That's a limited point that we're making. I agree with.
How can you say that's not the issue? You have won the election.
Because that's not what I'm discussing today. I'm going to take a break now. I'm going to take a break.
Not that is also
it is.
How is the party?
But this is not my topic, sir. At least give me credit that I know my topic. Today we are talking about the election results and what they mean. Whether the promises made were feasible, good, bad or ugly is a discussion for another day. I'll have to take a very short break, but we're coming right back. Stay tuned.